Hey everyone, it's me, Munchy, here with the first episode of Fever Reviews. Oh, did Jesse do? Wait, no, that was my grade. All right, this is Fever Reviews. I can't get copyright claimed because I own the patent for all reviews on the internet. So here we go. All right, here's the inaugural episode. Welcome to Fever Reviews, where the only thing hotter than my passion for quality movie reviews on the internet is this fucking supernova collapsing star that is directly inside of my fucking oversized cranium. My eyelids are fucking sizzling. Okay, so the first shot of the movie starts off. You think I'm gonna go through every shot of every scene in the movie like chronologically? What do you? This is fucking Fever Reviews. This is not about the movie as you might see. This is about the movie that I saw. The movie that I saw where my fucking irises were fucking dilated to the point where it might as well have just been pure black. That's what people would see if they saw my eyes. It was pure soulless black fucking redness. My fucking eyeballs were so far behind my fucking head that my will has been in a different state. They were in Boston, Massachusetts when I was watching this movie. So the movie is Player One. And let me fucking tell you, have you seen Neon Genesis Avon? Have you seen the end of Evangelion? You know when that old dude, whatever he just puts his hand on that girl's boob, and then something happens, and like the end of the world happens. That's what Ready Player One was like. Not in any of like the movie, not like any of that, but in the way that I feel right now. You see, when I first watched Jinkai Seki Evangelion, I was blitzed out of my mind on fucking Dayquil. That was my experience. I was depressed. I was alone. I had been in my room for like an entire month. This was like in the summer, and I was really, really fucking sick. So I was sick alone in my room. Like there was no real concept of days turning into nights or nights turning into days. I had nowhere to mine. I was a lost soul. I was in between the worlds. And so when you fucking wake up in your bed, then you just do something like with your laptop in bed, then you just like go to sleep, and there's like no way to tell if you're alive or not. That was me when I watched Jinkai Seki Evangelion, and I was so fucking chronically depressed that it just increased the show through my fucking fever goggles tenfold. And I guarantee you, Neon Genesis Evangelion is seared into my fucking brain because it was so hot and it was so goddamn hot. Look at those curves on that robot. She's like a mom, I think. What the fuck? Yeah, that's how I felt. So that was Neon Genesis Evangelion. I watched the end of Neon Genesis. What the fuck, dude? That was crazy. And I had a fever, so it was really fucking cool. Because when you have a fever, everything that happens to you, the stimulus, God, the off the charts. That's what Ready Player One was the end of Neon Genesis Evangelion. I was anxious, depressed, post-con depression. I was depressed. The stimulus, the fucking shaky cam, all the little fucking particle effects. Swear to God, that would blow up my computer if I had to render that fucking video game. What the fuck, dude? Ready Player One. Basically, you gotta call the cops on me because I was bootlegging that. I was bootlegging that shit. I recorded every single solitary moment, every second, every line of dialogue of that fucking movie is now implanted directly into my central nervous system, ready to be broadcasted at a moment's fucking notice. That's what the heat does to you. That's what the heat makes you feel. Is complete utter annihilation of all copyright law. That's how I'm feeling right now. So the movie, here's my review of the movie. What is this fucking Wind Waker HD? Turn down the bloom. The bloom, that's so bright. You're in that shot where it's just like him, just like in his room, and he's just fucking around. He's just shut up. But the window is like partially opened. I swear to God, like half the fucking screen is just like pure white, just fucking blasting into his fucking retinas. Just like how my fucking father blasted right through my door and fucking saddled me up and pushed me down when I was a baby. That's what Ready Player One was like. It was like my father abusing me. And so it's just so much bloom. Okay, here, the first thing that happens, like there's like a race, and like King Kong's there, and that's fine, all right. But there's like a chase scene, and like yeah, like they're no they're racing with like cars. Like he's got like the DeLorean, and it's like sick. So yeah, but like there's like no music, and it goes on for like fucking like 12 like literally like 15 minutes of no music, just like shaky cam like near like the wheels of cars, and it's crashing into shit, and like it's like the like third scene in the movie where everything's just going to fucking shit, going hard as a motherfucker directly into your fucking eyes, and that's when my brain started intaking more than it's supposed to. You know how when you go from like seeing things with your eyes and like processing them in your brain. This is when I start directly feeding information directly into my fucking cerebellum. That was that moment when my pupils came so dilated they might as well not have been there. I was just directly into my fucking brain, feed me information, feed me stimulus. That's what this movie was. And fucking the main character, Steven Spielberg, the main character, he's just some fucking like twink, and like he's like in some parts of the movie he's like a fucking like little bitch, like a fucking fucking like that. But then like other times he's like a Chad, and it's not like oh like he's in the game he's a Chad when he's in real life. It's really fucking funny. Just in real life he's a Chad sometimes, but then just other times he's like a little fucking bitch. And that's funny. The main villain of this movie is James Ubisoft. And he fucking loves like microtransactions, and like he wants to like put ads, like he wants to disable ad blocker on the video game they're playing called Ready Player One. And he like that's just his motivation, like he like wants ads. And like everyone like knows that he's like a bad guy, and like they all hate him. Like the main character, like before anything even like happens, he's just like, oh, yeah, fuck that guy. He's dickweed. He says dickweed. Like he's just like the like faceless name of like a CEO. Like there's no like he's not like a public figure. It's like how does he even know who he is, and like why is he like a bad guy? Like what's wrong? He's just like some fucking businessman. But he has like an army of like guys that he's like fucking extorted and like kidnapped basically. And by the way, this whole takes place in like a post-apocalyptic future, basically. But like it's basically just like ours. So like there are still like firefighters and like police and stuff. So like society is like mostly intact, but just like there are just some like ghetto areas that like look kind of fucked up, and they're called the stacks, and they're fine, I guess. In the beginning of the movie, the narrator, Steven Spielberg, the main character, he's like, the world is so fucked. At like the fucking Radio Player One was created, and now everyone just fucking goes inside their games and just fucking games hardcore as hard as they can, and like that's sick. But he says like the world's fucked, and then like at the end of the movie, like the world's just like still fucked, and like there's like no like everyone's just like still playing their games, like wasting their life in like not real world. It's like nothing's like fixed. It's like the world's just like still fucked like forever, and everyone's in extreme poverty and like dying. Even though they can all afford like the latest VR, they're still poor as fuck somehow. And yeah, everyone just says like that. Like the class balance is like the same. Nothing changes. Like the world's just like still absolutely fucked. Only now on Tuesdays and Thursdays they can't play Ready Player One anymore because like they gotta get real. But yeah, he has like a bitch. He has like a slut. He has a girl. He does. This is all movies. Just shout out to every movie ever made. When you have a main character who's like a guy, and then like a girl, and they meet and they just are instantly in love. Uh, that's what happens in this movie. Like they just are in love. They don't really like talk to one another or like they're not like they don't ease into it. Just like the guy just like sees her, and like he's like probably like seen like 1,000 girls who like look exactly like her. They all have like avatars in like Ready Player One, but you've probably like, seen like 1,000 girls that are just like vaguely punkish and like red. So like I don't fucking get it. Oh, he has like a black friend, and that turns out to be like a black girl later. It's like catfishing. It's funny. Um, what other parts of the movie were there? There was the scene. where oh yeah, like they're everyone's playing the game, everyone's playing Ready Player One, and Steven Spielberg, he like gets like his shit gets fucked, and he gets kidnapped, but it's like a good kidnap. So he gets kidnapped by a sled, but then like they'd only like talked for like 2 scenes afterward, and they're already in love, obviously. But, like as soon as he gets out of like well, as soon as he like wakes up from being fake kidnapped and like talks to the sled. He's like already like rubbing up on her and like putting his like hands all over her like features. And it's really scary. He's just like fucking going for it like already, like immediately. Um, what other character? Oh yeah, at one point there's like a Gundam, and that's part of Japanese culture. There's a bunch of fucking like remember this, but like that's what everyone's gonna say. This is Fever reviews. The hottest fucking shit you'll ever hear in your entire life is being blasted to you right fucking now. This is Fever reviews. I'm not gonna talk about like oh that's like a cash grab like sick like no fucking that's not even true. That's not there's no cash being grabbed now. There's not even no one's even made any money off this movie. This movie's fucking flopping. No one even likes like Hello Kitty or like the Hulk. Like fucking get the fuck out of here. Let me name off the people that I saw. There was Tracer, there was Mr. DeLorean, there was Mr. Gundam. There were the Battletoads. The Battletoads were there. They led the charge. Tracer was there. I think like Chun Li was there, and oh yeah, Mr. Borderlands was there too. And they're all nice. There's like a B plot where it's like describing like the creator of the game, and they're like finding shit, like whatever. Like there's like plot shit that just makes it look whatever. Just fucking who cares? The important thing is that the maker of this game is like clearly like autistic, like not as like a joke, like but like he's like rendered to be like autistic and like weird and like not very cool. But like he is cool, and like that's nice that he's like clearly autistic, but like he's like a good guy. And so yeah, but I didn't really get the part where like he like the autistic man fuck, and like his like his bride friend who is male, they like broke up. I guess like there was something about signing contracts and there were like keys. I didn't really get it. The movie was very good, and I really liked it. I have a fever. This has been Ready Player One now in theaters.